And following the approval of emergency rule in Rivers State, some Nigerians and analysts have raised concerns over the number of lawmakers present in both chambers when the decision was taken. This came as both chambers of the National Assembly ratified President Bola Tinubu's proclamation following a voice note. Speaking on the station's flagship program, DG 360, analysts gave their thoughts on the process of voting and the lawmakers' adherence to the Constitution.
I expected to see a more transparent voting process so as to carry everybody along and to give, a robust understanding of the issues, because democracy is a learning process. But because when the Constitution says that a two-third majority of a house is required, one would expect that that two-third majority should not be a voice vote, for example. But the National Assembly, in its wisdom, has said that they took roll call.
Yes.
And it took roll call. And so I want to presume that since we didn't hear nay.
Exactly, I was going to say that.
I want to presume that all the people present and voting at that time, voted yes. And what is the number of the people present and voting at the time? So I also had listened to some persons who said at the executive session, they were not allowed to talk, and so they walked out of where the committee was eventually presented. I felt for me that was the abdication of responsibility, because Nigerians hinge a lot of hope on especially members of the opposition in the National Assembly.
And from what we have seen play out, it was that those members who were not, who didn't have those information they needed to be on that page before, maybe in the executive session, they became convinced that truly this was the best thing to do. And that was why when the House, passed a voice vote, it was a unanimous, voice vote for ayes. There was no single dissenting nay when the Speaker called for those against. So it's a pointer in that direction that those members saw reason why they should, add their voice, and perform their legislative function in ratifying what Mr. President did in line with the provisions of the Constitution.